If true crime intrigues you, you're in the right place. We are exploring crime stories that are shaking up the news. Season 1 of Left Undone is following the Lori Vallow Daybell case. Lori Vallow is a mother with 2 missing children. She has joined a doomsday cult, and people close to Lori are dying untimely deaths. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you follow us on YouTube. And if you are following on the podcast platform, please rate and comment. Welcome to an episode of Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I'm Catherine. Hi, welcome to episode 44 of the Lori Vallow investigation. I'm Catherine, and Left Undone is my YouTube channel, and I just started this recently, and this case was the first one that I really picked to delve into. I decided to come on tonight because I have a couple things to talk about for those of you that are not familiar with the case or haven't gone all the way back, because I know this is my 44th video podcast on this case, and it still hasn't gone to trial, and they still haven't found the children, and there still hasn't been any arrests in any of the deaths. I have some things to say. So first of all, if you're not familiar with the case, it would be great if you could go all the way back to episode 1 and familiarize yourself, because most of the people that have been following are up to date. But just to give you a little tiny background, if this is where you're beginning, Lori Vallow, mother of 3, has 2 missing children. They have been missing officially since September. No one knows where the kids are. No one will say. There's been so much left, right, rabbit trails, and so many people involved in this case that is over anyone's head that hasn't been literally studying it on a daily basis. I've been trying to study it on a daily basis, but still things come out that I just, I don't know, new stuff today. What people seem to really zone in on, and I don't blame you because it's the most bizarre thing that has ever happened. Back in episode, I believe it's 12, it might be 11 of mine, I was sent an email. Now, this person that sent the email, completely legit. I have spoken to them. They have been here all along the whole way. And they have been involved with these people in the past. Specifically people that have to do with the Val and Julie Rowe and Chad. I was just scanning tonight because I wasn't going to make a video today because it's really been a slow news day, except for the fact that Nate from East Idaho News released something today about the Amazon ring that Lori got and was purchased under Charles' name when she was in Rexburg before Tammy was dead. And that turned out to be her wedding ring, the beach, the Hawaii beach. So that did come out today, and I will go ahead and show you that clip at the end. But what I'm really kind of concerned about is, I've had great response with my channel, with the family, especially with the Vallows, the Woodcocks. They've been a support system, and and I think they are the absolute heroes in all of this. I think there's a lot of other players that may or may not be invested in this for the right reasons. But I do think there are a couple of players that are only about the children. And those players are the Woodcocks, Kay and Larry. And I truly believe Annie Cushing, Tylee's aunt, is legitimately invested in this and concerned and worried. Now, Annie and her brother were estranged. Her brother is Tylee's father, Joseph Ryan. I've been told the story by someone that has spoken with Annie on the phone quite a bit. And I don't know, because like Annie says, things are hearsay. So I'm not going to just go ahead and repeat anything that someone told me as far as that goes. But going back to the original zombie email This was sent to me by someone that is completely legit. After I read it, I was also contacted by the person that had it. That was the person that originally took it. Now, it was an email to me, but what it was someone's notes. Someone's notes that sat email. Melanie Gibb was doing the podcast with Lori Vallow, right? Lori Vallow at the time. And Melanie Gibb was told to lie to the police. And this is all court documented, right? She was told to lie to the police and say she had JJ. And she didn't do that. So after that, Melanie Gibb, at some point, when all this craziness started, Melanie Gibb talked to somebody face to face, one on one. And Melanie Gibb told them these things that are in the original zombie email. These were notes this person took down, which makes it a little hard when I got the notes because they were just forwarded from someone's email that had written them in there. And it was very broken. And it didn't make a lot of sense. If you go back and you start watching this from episode 1 and you get to 11 and you read that zombie email, it didn't make a lot of sense. And a lot of people were very skeptical about it, right? Skeptical or not, since that time, I have read to you other emails and people have reached out and told me, I was the one that had this. Where did you get this? How did you get this email? This was mine. My friend gave me this information. So this isn't the zombie email, isn't a cartoon, it may be hearsay, I suppose. It may not be evidence, but the things in what I call the zombie email have come to fruition. Time after time after time, something else gets put out there, like Ian's outline, like people emailing me and saying, how did you get that email? How did you get that zombie? Because I was the one in that conversation, or so stuff like that, right? But I'm a little perturbed, to just be quite honest, because there's a big long post on one of the Facebook pages, the Christmas Misery Facebook page. Annie Cushing posted something. And at the very end of the email, she said, I think Lori's MO was more emotion than strategy driven. I think it does the story a disservice to believe that just because she presents with a deeply disturbing pathology, every ridiculous claim people invent to throw gasoline on this fire and sometimes create diversions is true. Some claims, like the zombie nonsense, border on cartoonish, in my opinion, my perspective from the cheap sheets. And I completely respect Annie, and I think she's in this for the good, but I also think she doesn't understand how much and how everything is trickled down. The original email was sent to me again by somebody that's connected to the person that took those notes down. Since that time, those things that were in the zombie email have been proven to come back again and again as things that somebody else knew and somebody else heard and somebody else said, yes, this is what she has done. Not only that, yes, the divorce document from Charles. Okay, so are you saying that somebody took the divorce document from Charles, went back in there, and then created this whole thing about the zombies because Charles made up a story about Lori being crazy and calling people zombies? Because no, there's too much to this. Charles made that claim in a document. Charles said, if I wind up dead, it's Alex and Lori. Charles winds up dead. Tammy is told she's a zombie in all this, which Charles had no idea about any of that, about Tammy being a zombie. Kay's a zombie. Tylee's a zombie. Alex is a zombie. Kay's alive. Tylee's gone, missing. Alex is dead. So if you want to think that the zombie email was just somebody making stuff up to get views or to throw gasoline on a crazy fire, it's not. It's not. I am literally nobody in this. I have no stake in this game. I'm working on this and it's taken me time, effort, and money to make this channel. And believe me, I have not gotten back what I put into it by any means. I mean, obviously, my time is valuable. I'm a nurse, I'm a mom, I'm a grandmother, and I don't have time to sit here and make up a fiction novel. The source was Melanie Gibb. Where's Melanie Gibb now? Hiding. She is going to be a witness. Her name was brought up in court. Melanie Gibb is somebody that was told this information, right? All these notes were from Melanie Gibb, directly to a person that spoke with Melanie Gibb. So honestly, I don't know why Annie's not taking the zombie email as, I mean, initially, no one, people were like, what? Wait. But then when Suzanne Freeman's name was mentioned, and people were like, wait, I know her. She's also an author, and she wants nothing to do with this crap. And so a lot of people that were involved with AVAL, Preparing the People, Melanie Gibb, Lori, that whole set of people were the first ones to go, oh, wow, this has a lot of validity. So people like me, people like Annie, people that aren't in that circle of these, what I'm still going to call cult members, maybe people were on the edge, maybe people didn't realize it, but what I'm going to call them probably don't really quite get that that was a legitimate thing that came from Lori's mouth. Now, we have no proof of this. All we say is, oh, someone told someone and then they emailed this email. I have no idea why they picked me to email. It showed up on Reddit that same day later on. I don't know. But you know what? Because I'm focusing on this story and I have been since the beginning. The things that are in the zombie email have come to be true. For example, they met through Jason Mao. Jason Mao was doing the podcast with Lori. They met technically September 23rd, 2018. Lori and Chad were together at that point. Chad told Melanie he had no interest in Julie Rowe. Julie Rowe acts like she is some jilted lover. That's just the impression I get. Lori and Chad are in charge of gathering the 144,000. Well, Lori said this to people. Lori said this to more people. More people have come up with this than haven't. That Lori said she's in charge with 144,000. She told Charles this. You know, Charles is dead. We can't talk to him, but it's been out there for more than just the zombie email. He told Charles he's Ned Snyder. I don't even know at this point. I've seen people comment on who Ned Snyder might be. She completely told Charles who she was, and then Charles wound up having her put in a mental facility, and they just let her go, even if she said, yep, I'm in charge of 144,000. And Charles was very concerned about her. He warned people that he was going to be killed if anything happened to him. He took the steps to take his life insurance and put in his sister's name because he was scared for his life. So when you go back and you say the zombie letter is just nothing, well, it might be. But when you bring forward everything that's come since, it doesn't look like it to me. And the fact that Melanie Gibb was mentioned in court as a witness to all this because she's the one that they told to lie. And that is a fact. That is a court document that came from Melanie Gibb's mouth, that she had JJ. When you put all this together, I don't think that this is just a bunch of gobbledygook to cause a distraction. Annie says some claims like the zombie nonsense border on cartoonish. Well, we've spent a lot of time, and 44 videos later, this is what we've come up with. And it still keeps coming out. And more people keep saying this. Multiple probations, zombies. Oh, I got pictures of the wedding on the beach. And then everybody says, oh, right, I'll believe it when I see the pictures of the wedding on the beach. And there come the wedding pictures on the beach. I don't know. You can believe anything you want, but I've invested a lot. I've invested a lot of time in this, and I've gotten a lot of emails that I haven't even put out there because there's so much. You know, even when they mentioned in the zombie email about David Warwick, and he's like, whoa. Then I get an email a couple weeks later that says, David told me he denounced them, got up and walked away before the meeting ended. He said there were many excommunicated members there, and they saw excommunication as a badge of honor because they know more. And then she just goes on to say, this is not LDS. This is them summoning dark spirits to get these answers. Since Julie has been exed, she has written a book with Eric Smith about multiple probations. Call it what you want, say it's cartoonish, but I think to discount that email as just cartoonish when thing after thing after thing, person after person, court documents, Ian's statements, and then these type of letters, they go ahead and validate that original zombie email. I just think that there were too many little hints in that email, hints about what probably happened, hints about where Lori's mindset was out, that make it as legit as you're going to get for something that came down the pike. And I guess we'll all eventually see. We'll all eventually know, because the truth will come out. I believe the truth will come out. And again, Melanie Gibb thinks the kids are dead. And Melanie Gibb had a face-to-face relationship with Lori and Chad. They trusted her enough to ask her to lie to the police about that child. So when the next person spoke directly with Melanie Gibb, I don't see how you can discount that as cartoonish. And then I'm going to leave you with the new information on the ring that Lori bought on Amazon for $35.99 apparently, but was purchased before Tammy was ever dead and was their wedding ring. Things that make you go, what? Things come up every day. Not only just things that have to do with hearsay and this and that, but legitimate things like purchasing a ring with a receipt on Amazon. Everything that has happened so far, I've seen almost nothing that doesn't have some kind of backup or validation. I think the only couple things that I saw I didn't have backup or validation was the lady in Tennessee that thought she saw Tylee at a concert. That one didn't have any backup or follow through. The other thing was the lady on the plane that said she sat next to Chad when he was going to Arizona. Not sure about that one. But everything else that has come down and shows up in court, and storage units and rings and trips to Hawaii and pictures on the beach and names of people that were involved in this group, all of that to me shows you something. As armchair detectives or whatever we are out here, just keeping the story alive, because the biggest thing is those children, JJ and Tylee. And if this story goes cold, if those children aren't found, Lori and Chad will get away with murder, right? Because how on earth, if those children are never found, can you believe they're alive? Time's getting slim here. I think at this point they should have been revealed if they were alive. It makes no sense. So hopefully they'll be revealed soon if they're alive. If not, these people walk away, and that is going to be a sad, sad, sad day. I'm going to leave you with Nate's report today on the ring, and I will see you soon.
I'm Nate Eaton, and we're learning more about the events that led up to the wedding of Chad and Lori Daybell in Hawaii last year. You've probably seen the photos. These were obtained by Fox 10 News reporter Justin Lum. This is Chad and Lori on the beach on November 5th, just weeks after Chad's wife Tammy died in their Salem home. But check out this photo. This is the ring that was on Lori's finger the day of her wedding. It's a size 4 sterling silver Southwestern style malachite gemstone purchased on Amazon for $35.99. How do we know that? This screenshot right here. It was sent to me by a pretty reliable source and confirmed by 2 others. It shows Lori's wedding ring was ordered on Amazon on October 2nd, 17 days before Tammy Daybell died in her Salem home. It was apparently delivered October 7th to the Rexburg home where Lori was staying on Pioneer Road. But the name on the order was Charles Vallow, Lori's husband, who had been shot and killed by her brother, Alex Cox, nearly 3 months earlier. I'm told Lori continued to use Vallow's Amazon account after he died, and a website history on the computer from which the ring was ordered also showed someone searching for wedding dresses the very next day on October the 3rd. Now, these dates might stick out to you because it was October 2nd that Lori and a man we believe is Chad Daybell visited this storage facility in Rexburg, Self Storage Plus. This is the same day that Lori and her companion dropped off a tire and a car seat, and on the way out, the man she's with gives her a friendly tap on her rear end. Also, on that same day, October 2nd, Brandon Boudreaux is shot at in Arizona. He hired a private investigator who believes Lori's now deceased brother, Alex Cox, shot at Brandon. So on that day, someone shoots at Brandon, Lori visits the Rexburg storage unit and purchases a wedding ring. Again, all of this happening 17 days before Chad's wife, Tammy, dies at her home and nearly a month before Chad and Lori tie the knot in Hawaii. One other thing, the ring is made of malachite. This is a mineral often called the stone of transformation, and it was mentioned in a document allegedly written by the husband of Lori's niece, Melanie Pawlowski. In the document, Ian Pawlowski reportedly describes what his wife Melanie told him about Lori's religious beliefs. And under one section called Spiritual Healing, he wrote, "Healing malachite solution balm. Malachite is said to have healing properties and administered by calling on it in a blessing." Now, Lori Daybell remains in the Madison County Jail on $1 million bail. Her next court appearance is scheduled for early May. As for the autopsy for Tammy Daybell, I just got off the phone with Fremont County Sheriff Len Humphreys. He tells me there is nothing new there and they are awaiting those results. Chad Daybell has not been charged or arrested on any crimes. Now, if you want to get up to date on all of our reporting concerning this case, go ahead and click on the link below. It will take you to a special section on our website. And of course, JJ and Tylee are still missing.
I'm Catherine. Thanks for watching an episode of Left Undone.